Ayo, it's Void Hunt here with another installment of my loadout guide series for Titanfall 2. Be sure to subscribe to catch the next one. So today we're going to be looking at the legendary Wingman Elite. This is the weapon you'll want to pull out for max style. On the surface, it has quite a few things going for it, like a consistent 2-shot body shot or 1-shot headshot out to medium range. Its main feature is in the name, however. The Wingman Elite is great for one-shotting even slightly damaged pilots, or critically injuring a pilot or a teammate to pick off. Because of this, the Wingman Elite shines best in grouped pilot combat, but leaves you vulnerable to being double-teamed if alone, as the Wingman Elite is one of the worst weapons in the game for taking on multiple enemies at once. In terms of where the Wingman Elite fits into the meta, this requires some explanation. You see, there are two metas in Titanfall 2. Weapons that are good, and weapons that you won't get constant shit for using. In the first category, you have things like the car, the alternator, the DMR, etc. The Spitfire doesn't even belong here because, it sucks, but you still get crap for using it. Anyway, I could never see a situation where the whole lobby is saturated in the ooze of sweat, and I decide, you know what? This seems like the perfect time to whip out a Wingman Elite and turn the tide of battle. It just won't happen. Now, maybe you're just having fun bouncing around with some SMG or the other, and then you see an entire salt deposit being unearthed in chat because of your weapon choice or playstyle. What do? Whip out that Wingman Elite. Nothing shuts up a player like being killed by the Wingman Elite. I've heard salt from everything from the EPG to the Kraber and even the Mastiff at one point. Not once have I heard a single complaint from the Wingman Elite. So in terms of meta, the Wingman Elite is the best gun in the game you can use while not getting shit for using it. But why? Well, the Wingman Elite requires precision follow-up shots with a low fire rate and relatively slow bullet travel time. Those are not the weapon descriptions you want when you're trying to take on multiple fast-moving pilots keen on not being hit by you, all while they're using full auto SMGs. The Wingman's greatest weakness, then, is that it requires you to focus so heavily on your aim and every pilot engagement that your own movement and dodging skills are forced to take a lofty back seat to ensure your shots connect on a rapidly strafing opponent, while your opponent's hit scan weapon lets them focus on just avoiding your shots while spraying in your general direction. But of course, without these drawbacks, the Wingman Elite would be overpowered and not stylish at all, so here we are. Stim is my personal favorite tactical to use with the Wingman Elite, and I'll explain why. Stim helps you choose your engagement, and further allows you to swiftly disengage at will whenever you're being pressured from multiple pilots. Stim can also be applied directly to a combat situation so that you can strafe rapidly while regenerating your health at the same time. This is perfect for the Wingman Elite because of the importance of taking on multiple pilots simultaneously and giving yourself an edge in strafe speed to compete better against the more popular weapons. As the Wingman Elite has fantastic pinpoint hipfire accuracy, you'll rarely aim down sights with it. While the full throttle aggressive play may not be particularly viable with the Wingman Elite, if you get into the habit of hanging back, you will struggle all the more as you find the Wingman Elite can take over 3 body shots to down a pilot at the more extreme ranges. At that point, you might as well just style on them with a Kraber instead. Accept the fact that the Wingman Elite has a high skill floor and do your best to initially learn how to use it in its ideal 2-shot range versus other pilots. The most important thing to account for here is your bullet travel time, as how much or little you're required to lead your shots varies greatly, even within the Wingman Elite's ideal range. I found it's best to think each shot as an individual shot rather than one as an initial and one as a follow-up shot. A follow-up shot is mentally tethered to the first, but because pilots move erratically, you'll want to reacquire your pilot before firing again, rather than trusting that because your first shot hit, your second should too if you apply the same kinematics. Of course, at the more close ranges, this doesn't really apply. As far as weapons perks, I drift between extended mag / speed loader or extended mag / tactical, depending on the situation and the current celestial alignment of the stars. All there is to say about that, really. Lastly, If you're in a pinch, you're better off just going for headshots rather than trying to two-shot body shot 2 or more pilots at once. A single headshot will always drop an enemy pilot in your ideal range, and even if you can only land that first initial headshot on one, you can then stem and focus on landing the 2 body shots on the second. There are very few situations where you'll be able to connect 4 Wingman Elite shots in the time it takes 2 pilots to kill you first. So to recap, the Wingman Elite reigns supreme in the style meta, and is the best gun you can use in Titanfall 2 while not simultaneously taking crap for it. Staying relatively near allied pilots to steal their kills or assist them in combat allows you to take advantage of the high single shot damage it provides. But do your best to avoid taking on more than one pilot simultaneously, and don't be afraid to stem in the midst of combat as you regenerate in addition to moving and strafing faster. I currently have a featured How to Think Like a Pilot video in the pipeline that will serve to help bridge the gap between the mindsets of newer players and vets, as well as offer insights into the philosophy of pilots both in lore and in game. There will likely be more videos in the interim, with the next loadout guide covering the G2 Angel of Death combo with hover and grapple. Leave a comment down below for any loadout suggestions, questions, or ideas, and this is Void Hunt signing out.